Good day, everyone. So this is a front bearing for a 2003 Saturn Ion. Some of them come with 4 lugs, some I guess have 5. Some have ABS, some don't. Anyways, mine has ABS and it's a 4 lug or 4 bolt bearing here, or hub, or whatever you want to call it. And what I should have done on my first one, because my ABS is not working anymore, I should have tested the ABS before I put it in. This is your hint. Maybe you should do this, because I can't find the receipt for my old one. So yeah, I might be out of luck and out of a bunch of money. Anyways, I'll show you how to test this. So I set it to the voltage setting, and I actually set it to AC volts, if you can see that. I know that meter's moving around right now, just ignore that. Once we hook these leads up, it all zeros, and then I'll show you what happens if the ABS sensor here is good. So I'm going to have to get my assistant here. Oh, and here's the bearing that I'm using for the vehicle. There you go. So let me make sure you can see the readings on here. Oh, notice the position of the leads here also. Anyways, so I'm just going to take my leads and get them hooked into this hub here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, just try to keep your hands up there. Okay, and I'm just taking the hub over here, and so you can see, I'm just going to lift it up. I'm just going to spin it. And if you can get it up to like that 0.9 or maybe even over, yeah, we went over. So that means that the sensor is working properly. I should have done this. Anyways, hope this helps everyone. So let's go put this thing in. So remember that test I showed you on the table to see if the ABS is working properly? I have the same deal set up here. So you can do this before you remove everything. So I have again set on volts and AC volts. I know it sounds odd, and I know it's hooked up because everything's zeroed, and there should be some sort of a reading. There's a very small reading, but there's almost nothing there. So this ABS sensor in here, it's no good. Alright, so this is basically step 1 to get your front bearing off. I have a car up on stands. You might be wondering why. Why not just jack it up? Well, my jack doesn't fit under the car. It's a little bit too tall to get under the hoist point on the frame. So I have to drive it up on these stands here. But anyways, the wheel is still down on the ramp here. And now's the time to, basically, we need to loosen everything up before we jack the tire up off the ramp. So I'm just gonna go around.
So just loosen everything at this point. Don't take them right off.
There. Oh, by the way, maybe not all cars, but on this one the lug is a 19 mil. The axle nut is what is this one? It's a 30.
Good enough? So I'll jack it up now. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get jacks down too, just in case. There, a little bit of backup. Actually, before I take off the center nut here, I have to take off this caliper here. Oh, first of all, I'm going to turn the steering wheel so it's all the way to the right. So to get this whole caliper assembly off, basically there's two bolts on each side here, 13 mil. Handy little bucket right here. Put everything there. Where's that other guy? Oh. Remind me, it fell down. Oh. Son of a gun. There we go. Good. And this I just, well, that bucket's not tall enough. Let me just set it there for the moment. There we go. We just don't want this thing hanging and pulling on the cord or on the brake line. Oh, one thing that you're gonna have to do, most likely you're gonna have to compress the caliper in here where the brake pads are. I use one of these clamps here. I just hook it in on the inner brake pad. All I'm doing here, I'm just compressing the pad back in on the piston. You're probably gonna have to do this anyway, so, or you most likely will have to, so one of these little clamps is very handy. Otherwise, when you go to put it back on, it might not fit onto the disc. Okay, that looks good. So just leave that till I'm ready for you. Okay, before I take off the 3 bolts that hold this on, there's a few little things. There's a couple little retainers. If your car hasn't been messed with, these are still here. They just kind of help to hold on the disc. You know, when you're putting it back together, but these will just screw off. Sometimes these are really stuck on, you have to hit them with the hammer. I've always taken care of mine, and I've put lube on the back side there, so it came apart nice and easy. So let's get this center, might as well get this off. There we go. And in theory, this should slide in and out. Now there is a nut, or a washer I should say. There we go. So, yeah, we're good to go. I'll just have to take out 3 bolts now. Okay, to gain access to these first 2, have the steering turned all the way to the right, and should be able to get at these. 13 mil. Hiya! There. I'm going to turn the wheel all the way to the left now to get the final bolt. So these bearings, sort of hub assembly, they can be very difficult to take off. Basically, probably going to be rusted on. Hopefully mine's not too bad. As I said, I've taken care of this thing in anticipation that I have to take things apart again at one point. But often you have to take a big hammer, and which I'll show you. I have to go get my hammer. Basically, you're going to come in and start whacking it on each side, loosen it up. You might need a chisel, and sometimes you can get in between. Here, I'm going to straighten the wheel out so we can maybe see this better when I do this. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it as is, but I need my big hammer. I got my big hammer. So just start whacking it. Whacking with your big hammer, and this thing should, yeah, it's coming. Okay, I'm going to straighten the wheel a little bit. Okay, so this thing is going to come out, fortunately, but if it's not, sometimes you have to get a chisel and you'd slide it in between, and you can actually hammer it and pry it out. This one's coming though. Actually, it's, well, that's good. Have to feed this wire out. I don't know why this one failed. Doesn't look like anything wrong with it. But I'm gonna come in here and clean this out. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Let me go get a wire brush and stuff. Okay, so I have a stainless steel brush. I'm going to try to get out some of this junk in here. Where's some glasses too? Dear Lord. All right, we'll leave it at that, and now let's get some lube in there. So I'm just going to use some anti-seize in here. All right, next up, let's just go get the new bearing. We'll put it in. Oh, put a little bit here. There we go. So up in Canada, the salt really messes everything up. So, FYI. Put a little bit on the outside. Don't forget this, you're gonna need this. It's gonna go back on like that. Okay, so we have the new assembly here. Get this ring. Sort of set it there for the moment. And be careful with this wire. I guess a lot of times that's what this wire gets damaged when people put them on, and that's why they fail. Mine, as I said, looked fine. I didn't see anything at all wrong with it. And there's a notch in here, so it can only kind of go in one spot. Okay, I believe that's seated nice. Now, hopefully, this bolt will go in. Should be close. Be gentle starting them because you don't want them cross-threaded. Oh, I have to go turn the steering wheel. Let's go do that. So I'm not going to super tighten these down because we still have the other one to put in, and we want to get things kind of even. All right, now I have to spin the wheel the other way now. Okay, and that one's turning in nice also. And I know you can't see, but if you look just behind, the bolts should start showing through the other side. That way you know they're all the way in. Oh, that one's good. Yep. Okay, so we're all set there. All right, let's get the. Oh, before I do that, let's put some stuff on here. That way your disc brake won't stick to this. Actually, that's ready. Let's put on the let's put this washer in before I forget. And they say you should replace this nut here, but we're going to use the old one. You're supposed to torque this down to between 150 and 160 foot-pounds. For now, all we're going to do, I know this thing won't exceed it, because you have to drop the car down to have weight on it to actually torque it down, but we will torque it down. Okay, that'll hold it for now. All right, let's get our rotor on. There. Now, not much left to go here. So you remember I put that clamp on to compress the that piston. So, this will make life easier. Remember these little keeper rings? This helps hold on the rotor. They're really not necessary, but I think they're helpful. Sort of holds it in place for you. All right, let's get this on here, so I can release the this clamp now. There. And it just slides into place. There we go, bottom started. What size were those? All right, those are 13s. Just give these a good snug down. There we go. Okay, let me straighten the wheel out now. Oh, yeah, let's straighten out the wheel and then we'll connect up the ABS. Alright, so this thing, sometimes these clips, well, it's just supposed to push up in here. Actually, ice pick worked better. Now, if you happen to break this clip, don't panic. You can tie wrap it up. Sometimes they don't like to go on. There, oh, that guy went. Okay, that's good. That's gonna stay. And then just hook up, hopefully you can see. Oh, I have to make sure my camera's going. Yeah, so this just plugs in here. There, it should just snap into place. Okay, I'm gonna leave well enough alone. Let's get our tire on. Hopefully you don't need to see me put the tire on, but oh well, I'll record it. Yeah, I think this was a defective bearing. There should be a seal around here and it's all gone. I'm not sure what that's about. Interesting, because I can actually see the pins. That is odd. Okay. Yeah, before I do the final torque, I'm just gonna give this a little tighten before I go. There, let's do a test drive. Okay, so I'm gonna start the car up. I'm still up on the ramp, so this is a real-time test. So when I start the car, even though the ABS isn't working, what would happen, the light is off when I initially start it. So this car has traction control. So then what would happen is that since that ABS sensor was bad, the traction control would turn off and then it would indicate no ABS. So let's give her a little go. That one stand, it flipped right out on me. My stand flipped out. I've never had a stand flip out like that. I thought, gee whiz, what happened, man? Oh, and just be aware too, when you after you've had the brakes off, they might feel a little bit weak. They just need to get the pressure pumped back up. I noticed that on this one. So we're just gonna take her easy, and normally that ABS, keeping my fingers crossed, it's not going on, folks. So yay. Guess we fixed her. Okay, I did my little short test drive. And now we want to torque this hub nut down. They say it's about 155, whoever they are. So, you know, if you're around 150 to 160, all will be good. And that is in foot-pounds. Make sure it's set to foot-pounds. There. Apparently that's good. And I usually do my lugs on this, aluminum rims. I don't know. Lower those down to, they should be around 90 to 100, I believe. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up. It's the last thing I need someone saying, that's what you told me. And then what I'll do tomorrow, after the car's been driven for a bit, come back and go over everything again. Voila. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it was helpful. And hey, I do have the super thanks on my videos now, so if you see that down below, I think it's by the thumbs up. Feel free, if it helped you out, please, at least give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Have a great day.